All right. Well, I went out and mowed my grass, came in, sat down, and channel surfing, and I saw Piers Morgan, the cheeky fellow, on CNN, trying to act intellectual and all caring about the massacre out in Colorado. And of course, this guy, don't sit here and Piers. Let me talk to you. I doubt you'll ever see this. Nobody watches my videos anyway. But here's the deal. You sit there and say, well, you support the Second Amendment and people's right to defend themselves in their homes. Defend themselves in their homes. Who's going to defend me while I'm out of my home? Piers. The police damn sure couldn't. Huh? How much violence happens to people outside of their homes? What? We don't deserve protection? We shouldn't be allowed to protect ourselves outside of the homes? You're going to put your life in the hands of the police? You know what? I carry a firearm because a cop's too heavy to carry. I should have a right to protect myself. And if the people in Colorado had the same protections, Piers Morgan, maybe someone in that theater could have stood up and stopped that guy or minimized it. That's what this is about. I think I read the statistic, what is it, 2010 or 2011, 30,000 people were killed, and this is just a rough number, 30,000 people were killed in the United States by guns. Yet a little over 40,000 people were killed in automobile accidents. And that's despite having airbags and anti-lock brakes and stability control and seat belts and whoopee cushions and every other damn mandated government contraption that, it doesn't stop everything. You can't prevent everything, Piers Morgan. You can't do it. And what do you want to do? You want to go in there and oh, well, hang on, let me get back to the cars. So what do? We mandate all this crap. When someone has a drunk driving, do we stop them from buying a car? No. Do we make it tougher for people to get driver's licenses? No. Do we make it tougher for everybody else to get a car because some people drive drunk? No. But why? I mean, following the cheeky fellow Piers Morgan, following his theory, if someone drives drunk, then everyone else should have to pay the consequences too. It should be difficult to get a driver's license. It should be almost impossible to buy a car because if people couldn't buy cars, well, geez, then there wouldn't be drunk driving, now would there? Driving a car is not a constitutionally guaranteed right, you British butthole. Why don't you go back over the big pond there and go root around in your own country? We don't need you here. Don't come here and tell us how to run our country. You know what? We kicked your ass back in 1776. We kicked your ass so we don't have governments and queens and kings telling us how to run our lives, taking our property, taking our wealth. You may think you can come over here and do that, but the hell with you, Piers Morgan. You and all the rest of your little liberal socialist buddies and just go swim your ass back across the pond. Because I don't want to hear your lip. I care about my American citizens. I also care about the freedoms we have in this country. And part of freedom's responsibility, Piers. You and your little liberal caggle of goons and intellectual lightweights. You're the ones that sit there and make excuses for all these psychotic, douchebags. You're the ones that do that. We're the ones that want to hold people accountable. When they screw up, you hold them accountable. You don't take people's freedom away. What the hell's the matter with you? That's why your country's a cesspool. You go back. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this liberal socialist philosophy. Yeah, now you know why. You've created generations of imbecilic mental lightweights that no one's responsible for anything they do. Their mommy didn't breastfeed them long enough, or they didn't get enough Ritalin, or they didn't get a big enough trophy for flunking out or losing the baseball game. That's what the problem is here. We got all the damn laws we need. It's against the law to murder people. We passed that law. Did it stop anybody? No. It's against the law to drunk drive. Does that stop people from driving drunk? Nope. Just because we need to act. And Bloomberg, shut up. Shut shut up. You know what, matter of fact, when I'm done here, Mr. Bluebird, I'm going to go down and I'm going to drink a 32-ounce soda, a sugary one, a nice big Dr. Pepper, you ass. You know, I might just wash it down with a milkshake. A nice big chocolate milkshake from Brahms. Yeah. And then I'm going to go have some nice salty potato chips, you billionaire buffoon. You know, you sure seem to have a big old gun problem in your city. Geez, and you've got the toughest gun laws in the country, or damn sure close to it. What's your excuse? Why aren't you acting? Why aren't you passing some more laws? Oh, yeah, we're going to blame guns. Also, you know, a gun doesn't do a damn thing unless some a-hole picks it up and makes it do something. I'm sick and tired of people making excuses for bad behavior and then wanting to clamp down on everybody else because of the actions of some random lunatics. Seriously. This isn't the time to come out here and oh, now we need gun laws. Now Piers Morgan, shut up. And the two driveling fools that you had, that one guy from the Brady campaign. Oh, jeez, get over yourself. And the victim from the 10 of Virginia tech shooting? Yeah, bad things happen. Get over yourself. You can't just pass laws and fix everything. Just when does it stop? That's what freedom does. Punish the people. That's what you do. But I just, like I said, I'm sorry, I'm usually a little bit more measured. That Piers Morgan. What a lightweight. What an intellectual dumbass. Oh, the AR-15, it had a 100-round magazine. So what? I heard some other a-hole, what was that, MSNBC or CNN, one of them other mentally challenged liberal outlets. Oh, it had an AR-15. It fires hundreds, ready? Hundreds of rounds a minute. The AR-15 is not an automatic weapon. Bink, 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 bink. That's what it does right here. As fast as you can do that is how it shoots. Okay? And so what? So what if it's a 100-round magazine? So, big deal. If it's 100, it's 30, what does it matter? You guys are just, get over yourself. Isn't it interesting, Piers Morgan, that a bunch of hillbilly, well, I don't call them rednecks back then, but just a bunch of farmers and blacksmiths and common folk back in the 1700s were the ones, these were guys who just had their muskets and such at home. They're the ones that kicked your highly trained British Army's ass. Are you still bitter over that? Is that what you want to do? Huh? You think maybe our founders knew that it was the common man that should be armed as well? Yeah, look at just the average Joe citizen, who farmed and maybe he was a blacksmith or, like I said, maybe a carpenter, who owned a gun. He kicked the highly trained British military's ass and won independence for America. Now, what does that tell you? Is this just you crying over sour milk, you cheeky fellow? Huh? Is that what it is, Piers? You know what? Why don't you go legislate some of your home territory over there? We don't need you coming over here and trying to turn us into Britain light. All right? We like things the way they are. Americans like their firearms. We respect our firearms. And nothing could have been passed that would have prevented this jackass from doing what he did. He bought it. He went through the background checks because he bought the guns at dealers. He did all that. And so what if he had 6,000 rounds? Who cares? Okay, here's the thing. Let me tell you something. He had 6,000 rounds. How many rounds was he able to shoot? Piers Morgan. God, stop making an ass out of yourself. Go educate yourself before you get on TV. I know you talk that liberal drivel and, the powers that be maybe like it. Go educate yourself a little bit. Have you ever shot a gun? Actually shot a gun? And I'm not talking at an arcade. I'm talking, went out and just target shot, just for the enjoyment of target shooting. I have, and guess what? I've got an AR-15, and you know what? Bang, 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 bang. I don't have a 100-round drum. Not everybody does. You know what? Just because you piss me off, I might just go buy one so I can throw it in my gun safe, just to say I got one. Yeah, that's there you go, Mr. Piers Morgan. I'm going to do that just for you. Now you're responsible for me buying a 100-round drum. What do you think about that? Piers Morgan is responsible for me buying a 100-round drum for my AR-15. You know what? I'll probably just sit there and leave it in the gun safe because, frankly, I don't want to spend that much time loading the thing. So, yeah, you're responsible. Way to go, Piers Morgan, adding to the gun problem in America. You know, Bloomberg, shut up, Dingleberry. You're an ass. Anyway, I'm done before I get off and start cursing here. I don't want to drag myself down into the gutter with the rest of the liberal trollops, you know, running their pie holes on PMS, LSD, and what's that other irrelevant? Is CNN? Yeah, the other irrelevant network. Anyway, I hope the rest of the decent thinking Americans can understand that, you know, don't listen to these liberal idiots because nothing would have stopped this guy from doing what he did. He bought his guns legally, he bought his ammunition legally, and he had no criminal history. There was no way to do a background check to stop this guy because you know what? People are human beings and sometimes they just go off the deep end. And it's just, you know, it's a sad thing that what happened. It's tragic, but you know, I wish someone in that theater had the ability to take that guy out. But they didn't. You know, now I guess isn't really the time to go into that. But I'm going to be interested to see what went wrong with this guy. Did he snap? Is he just angry about something? Who knows? But anyway, that's about all I have to say on this particular rant. And Piers Morgan, you're still an ass.